We now go to our last. We will take a couple of questions depending on the time after that. Because Dr. Govindaraj, she represents the institute earlier with the set. So he has also published the overview.
Very good morning. I think still good morning. So, first of all, I would like to thank the organizer, especially Dr. Sushena, Dr. Joshi, and the entire team for inviting the agriculture expert and crops, especially in the Indian coast. So, I come from their program called Harvest Plus, which is jointly coordinated by CGIAR and especially International Food Policy Research Institute. So this program has been working for last 20 years. And by now, they have developed several varieties of the staple crops what we eat every day. And this how is going to contribute in terms of maternal as well as child, including adolescent girls and boys nutrition. So I would like to take this opportunity to make better use of the time and give you what really we are doing, and this is really making sense. We can join hands to deliver better nutrition, especially among the rural poor and the areas. So biofortifications, many of you know, some of you understand that it is well defined strategy, and it's a science backup strategy which gives improving nutrition, improving essential bioavailable nutrition in the staple food crops. It's not the entire body of the crop, especially the edible parts of the crop, which can have a measurable health impact on the human body after regular consumption. So I repeat, regular consumption, as this says, will improve better nutrition and thereby health. So that is called the biofortification. Just as synonymous like the fortification, only the approach is different. The biofortification is a natural way. It's not a post-harvest technology. So once it is invested, once it is ingested through genetics, so it's carried forward generation after generation. So the slides is to give you an example how agriculture contributes the base for nutrition in the populations. So if you see the agriculture contributes more than 50% because we consume a lot of staple, although we consume a lot of nutritious food, but comparatively consume larger quantity of the rice or wheat or whatever it's detergent. So the staple food is the basic. So therefore, we need to retain the native nutrition of the crop by improving the yield. By increasing the yield, we may lose the better nutrition by chance. So the biofortification program take care of that to ensure at least maintain the nutrition of some of the major crops. Next, please. So many of you know, so how this has been done is not by one organization. So this has been done by various institutes, almost 14 CGIAR institute. CGIAR means it's a consultative group of international agriculture. Just like first example is ICMR like in India. So this is for global in agriculture. So they take the annual investment plan. And what are the area they can invest. So biofortification is the only challenge program that survives more than a decade. So the purpose is still not addressed, but this is the time for mainstream nutrition from agriculture to the human nutrition. So with that, many of you as a nutrition, as a medical practitioner, and we have a question of, okay, how do you biofortify? So biofortification is a simple process by which the selection of the natural material, which is the natural crop parents, which give the better variety. It's not, there are many approaches. One is the conventional and traditional approaches. We make crossing by two parents, and whereas the genetic approach, modified genetical approaches, the new advent of technology, which gives gene editing and also GMO. So far, what I am talking is come from the traditional natural way of biofortification, just like any other variety being grown by farmer, say for IR and IR64, the similar approach, so that the consumer will accept without any hesitation. The next question is, will ask, will farmer adapt? So such varieties. Yes, of course, we cannot change any of the taste, any of the resident of the particular variety, or it should be adaptable to across the state or beyond the country. So this will be very well taken care, and including the taste and color when you introducing the new variety. So therefore, the consumer farmer and consumer acceptability is very much important to enhance or scale up with the new varieties. And here in the slide is indicates in each of the crops. So we work on the three major nutrients. One is the iron, other one is zinc, and third one is vitamin A. Of course, we are not limited to these three, but we are enhancing calcium, selenium, and other nutrition as far as how agriculture can extend without much of investment, which is natural availability available in our traditional crop genres. So these iron crops you can see is basically demonstrated in two crops so far. One is the formula we call bajra, other one is the common wheat. So these tools are used almost 80% of the daily iron requirement of an individual. If they consume, say for formula, if you consume as an adult 200 grams, it gives you almost 80 plus daily requirement. Where if your child is 120 grams, so that's what the research says. And these are landmark studies conducted by the chemical meat registered trial. It's not only in India, it is also in abroad in foreign universities. And we have provided our own varietal and grains and to study the interventions. Some studies talk about 4 months, some studies talk about 6 months. And those are proven is iron deficiency, especially in Africa and especially in Maharashtra and India. Those are reversed if you continue up to 6 months with some of the iron deficiency. Almost 60% of the students who participated in this trial and they were reversed. Therefore, the per day requirement is very well met, and that is the target of our strategy. And similarly, zinc. Zinc also is very important as previous presenters emphasized, like minerals. And this is very critical, is up to 50% intake in sometime in maize. Which we don't eat white maize, we don't at all eat maize in India, but Africa is the staple food. If we go to Zambia and Nigeria, you see the major just like rice. They consume like fully white maize. So therefore, the white maize is fortified with zinc, whereas orange and yellow is more of carotenoids. And carotenoids we can get up to 100%, especially in sweet potato. Okay, and this is very critical, and also yellow cassava, and including the orange maize. So this is very critical part of component, food component, especially in Africa, and this is growing in some eastern states of India. The sweet potato and cassava, and including South India like Tamil Nadu and Kerala. So this is very critical part. One should understand how you can recommend, how you can advise in your portfolio. These type of crops can enhance. This is not a replace what is existing in the food table. It is just to contribute, just replace with your highly polished rice and with the biofortified rice and highly processed atta with the zinc biofortified atta. So these are all available in the market, and this is, if you need any connection, we can give it to the connection to the millers and the sellers who is distributing such type of product. Next, please. Yeah. So far, Harvest Plus is working more than 40 countries and more than 10-12 crops that is stable across South Asia as well as Sub-Saharan Africa, including Latin America. So those are very critical part to contribute to nutrition in terms of crops and the stable food crops. So far, they reached about 100 million people, and this year is very critical for us to transitioning to mainstream. So therefore, every variety that any country release, it should have a minimum micronutrient level, just like yield. If our new variety comes a better 5% or 10% yield, and that should also come with 10 to 15% better nutrition. So that's what the policy we are working as part of the International Food Policy Research Institute, and that is a very critical landmark decision by the regional as well as the local government, which is very important decision for the next generation. As many of you know that this the maternal nutrition not just an environmental issues, it is an entire national or international issues, and that produces that the healthy generation. As Madam and many the research team is presented, the preconception and after the till 1,000 days is very critical. So where you store those such nutrition and energy is from your staple foods. Although you can get supplement and other medication, but that all give a temporary relief. But if you consume the regular biofortified or healthy diets, that is going to improve your better nutrition. So I hope, as the challenge mentioned, we don't have any time, but I feel that you may have a lot of questions to me, or at least this area. So I will give some time to ask an exact and specific question about the technology, the product, the partner who is working in India. So I am based here in Hyderabad, ICRISAT campus. So we are also working across Sub-Saharan Africa and Latin Caribbean area. So especially in Southeast Asia, we are looking only with Indonesia as well as Vietnam, and also the Philippines. So they consume a lot of rice. So we focus on zinc rice in those areas. And once again, I would like to thank, and I would like to take anybody's question. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Govindaraj. That was, I think, very useful presentation on topics and thoughts. If I am saying, something which we are ignoring, but very important. And sometimes across Africa and other countries. I will now open up for discussion. I know that we are running a little beyond schedule, but still I'm sure some of hours we have any questions.